My brain has always just been wired to take opportunities when I see them. That is what my career as a photographer was made of. In 2014, I got my pilot's license. I just thought, man, it'd be really interesting to shoot the whole border of Texas from a plane and do sort of a quote-unquote, flight around the world. There's this story to be told around it being this massive border and the diversity of the geology of our state. Like, that is what makes the project, unique and interesting. Being a photographer is a practice in learning how to accumulate tools. On the ground, I had that tool set, but in the air, things were a lot different. You do learn a lot about the limits of your equipment and timing and how to configure your flight in a way to make sure you get the best shot. That was probably the hardest part about going up and doing this over the course of 6 days. There was something that was unique about flying around 4,000 or 5,000 feet above ground level. It was just this amazing experience to see people, living from that perspective and blending of colors and changing of landscape, knowing that there was going to just be a plethora of really amazing things to see from that height. I brought a variety of cameras with me, about 6 different GoPros, a Mamiya 645, which is an old school film camera, and a Fuji X Pro 2. I would fly about 3 hours in the morning and 3 hours in the afternoon, which totaled up to about 36 flight hours. I flew a counterclockwise route up along the Gulf Coast and the Sabine River, eventually along the Red River and up around the Panhandle. Flew south until I turned right towards the El Paso area, and then followed the Rio Grande all the way down, back down to Brownsville. I shot about 44,000 images over the course of the 6 days. There's an image that I took right above Santa Elena Canyon, looking back out towards the Chizos Basin. I remember thinking, I'm curious how many people have ever seen this perspective. That image, I love to hold that and think how special it is to be able to share that spot and that moment with people. As humans, I think we spend a lot of time thinking about how we've really wrangled and have control over our environment, and we can build whatever we'd like and go wherever we want. But when you pull out and look at all of the work that we've put into building our state and the cities that we live in, it's so obvious to see how much of an impact the landscape still has on us. How the mountains and the rivers and the valleys still do have much more control over what we do and how we're going to live as Texans. If people take anything out of this project, I hope it's that they see that there's so much more to the state. You can see how different each of the regions are, and that's what I think is just so special about it.